Good morning, good afternoon, and a very, very warm welcome to everyone out there. I'm saying good morning to those who are joining us from India. I'm saying good afternoon to those who are joining from Singapore and Malaysia. But yes, the ones who are watching in the night, thank you for being there. So, a very good evening to you all also. Today in UBI Fest 2026, we are here with our storytellers to meet you, wherein all the stories will come alive out of those papers, out of those boxes, right there on the screen. Are you ready for it? I am. I am very excited. Today's full day is dedicated to storytellers. So morning we have four storytellers rather, who will be sharing their stories with us. And in the evening we have a very amazing concept and a very amazing session which is coming, wherein we will talk about what is storytelling, what exactly do we do in that, and where storytelling has reached in this generation of AI. Today we have Digital Zindagi as a theme for UBI Fest, which is a 30 event running program, a 7 contest running program, which is running for 15 full days across all our platforms. We are running throughout. Do run with us and join us on the YouTube channel as well as the Facebook community is also there. There are a lot of contests happening. We have marathons. Yes, today till 9 p.m. you can still join us. There were people who were left behind. We don't believe in leaving people behind. We have family and friends who sometimes have a lot of, work stuck up, and they still want to catch up with those marathons. So yes, there is still chance. Go out there and write it, post it. It could be food, it could be music, it could be health, it could be art and craft, it could be just a quote which tells about how positive you are. Inked marathon obviously is there, but along with that, there is another contest which is started yesterday, which is juniors program. UBI juniors is all about only under 18 students, kids who are coming from various walks of life, various strata, various places, various locations, but there will be two categories in that: under 10 and above 10, under 18. So do go and have a look at all the groups. Links are there on our Facebook page. Do check out all the pinned posts. With this, I will take a moment to sit back and enjoy when I bring up on stage today's host and my dost, Juhi from. Today she's joining us from where? Otherwise she's from Pune. Right now she's in
Hyderabad.
Hyderabad. She keeps traveling everywhere. What do you call the global writer or global nomadic content creator? She's an Indian poet, entrepreneur, blending creativity with strategy. That's what she's all about. She's written in English, Hindi, Marathi, and exploring her identity, tradition, and karma. That's what she says about herself. Her poetry collection, Amaltas Ka Aanchal, showcases emotional depth and lyrical grace. It's acclaimed internationally, so you can grab it as well. And I'm proud to say that she's a part of our UBI team and one of our backbones why we are able to run for all these 15 days together. So welcome Juhi on board, and I would hand over the stage to you. And I welcome each one of you, our panelists today, our storytellers. I hand upon the stage to Juhi to welcome each one of you. Thank you so much for your time, Nityaji, Purnimaji, and Bhavnaji. Thank you so much. Welcome, Juhi. Take the stage. It's all yours.
Thank you so much, Sapna ma'am. So, this is Stories Come Alive. We are stories, aren't we? Often unsaid, unheard, untold. Thrilling, horror, some quietly bold. Dramatic in pain, comical in disguise, lovely in hope behind tired eyes. Every soul is a chapter waiting to unfold. Popular, well known, or kept hidden. Yes, you and I, we all are stories. And with this, I welcome one and all with my panelists who have been, requested to grace us with this occasion on UBI's foundation day 8th anniversary. It's the 8th year embarking with lot of grit and grace with Sapna ji's leadership and the team backing her. I have with me Nitya Chandar from Bangalore. I have Bhavna Sethi again from Bangalore. Purnima Sivaraman from Jamshedpur, but today in Mumbai, and Sapna Kekre, of course, from Singapore. We will be coming up with stories to enrich you with voices of wonder and values. This gala celebrations, as we are calling it Digital Zindagi, has its online dance, plays, foodathons, writing marathons, ghazal workshops, and much more happening. And the beautiful initiative, Stories Come Alive, we will be reminded how words carry values and wonder. And to kindle your imagination, transport you to the different world, we have with us all these ladies today. I would want to start with Bhavna Sethi ji, a little about her. She is an author, educator, and a home chef with 2 decades of experience in education. She's based in Bangalore, as I said. She contributes to nurture young minds by teaching phonics while pursuing the creative passions. Her literary achievements include the award winning children's book Adventures of Dabba and Jalebi, Dabba and the Disappearing Dosas, which received the Author and Literature Award for Best Children's Storybook and National Awards for Excellence. Her newest release in the series is The Mystery of the Blue Paw Prince. Beyond children's fiction, she has authored the poetry collection Tapestry of Soulful Stanzas and contributed to numerous anthologies. Whether crafting narratives or culinary delights, Bhavna's vibrant enthusiasm illuminates every endeavor. Follow her journey on Instagram. She's there as Soulful Articulation. So, Bhavna Sethi. Hello, ma'am. Welcome.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Juhi, for
Yeah.
inviting me. Thank you, UBI. Thank you, Sapna ma'am, for giving me this platform to tell my story to the audience today. So I would like to start. I've specially written this story as the scenario that we are facing nowadays. Namaste, everyone. For more than 20 years, I taught children about water cycle, the beauty of nature, from colorful textbooks in Delhi. But today, in Bangalore, I realize the textbooks are changing. We talk about the future of our planet as if it is a movie that has not started. But for my friends in the ponds and forest, the climax is already here. So that is about my story. Just give me a minute, please. I am Froggy. I am Dippy. Froggy is a local resident of Green Glass Pond. Dippy, the duck. Usually they spend their afternoons arguing, catching most of the flies. But lately the pond has changed. Dippy was splashing. The water was not cool. It felt like a lukewarm bowl of dal tadka. Froggy, Dippy, stop it. Every time you splash, you're just moving the hot water around. I'm sitting on this lily pad and I feel like I'm being steamed like a momo. Is the sun getting closer or did someone turn on a heater? It is not a heater. It is the humans. I flew over the city. There are more cars than trees. The smoke is hiding the sky and the heat. It just says trapped. The humans call it global warming. I call it my feet are burning. Humans? Bothered? Don't be silly, Dippy. Yesterday, I saw a human standing right by the bank. He was holding a plastic bottle. He looked at the dried up edge of a pond, sighed, checked his watch, threw the bottle into my living room, and walked away in his air conditioned car. They are not bothered. They think as long as they have a cool button in their rooms, the hot button on the planet doesn't matter. But Froggy, the ice is melting in the north. The rains are forgetting their schedule. If the pond disappears, where will we go? I do not have wings like you, Dippy. I cannot fly to a cooler place. This lily pad is my home. If the water goes, where will I go? You know, I heard a human child. They say want to save the world someday. But someday is a very long time. A frog in a drying pond. We do not need your someday. We need you today. Please realize it. Our home burns. Your home is the next on the list. The pond is gasping, the sky is grey. We turn our heads and look away. We build our walls and cool our rooms while nature weaves its silent dooms. But remember this, as the heat begins to rise, the earth does not belong to us, it belongs to everyone. Dippy and Froggy, waiting for the rain that's too late. I hope you all of you like the story. So we often think that the climate change is a political issue, but it is a scientific issue. It is our home issue. As a mother, as a teacher, and as a storyteller, I have realized we are the only species that can wait for the house to catch fire before we check if the fire extinguisher works or not. Do not wait for the pond to dry up. Let us change the story before we reach the end. Thank you.
You so much. I mean, that was a great take on the boiling frog, the phrase, and you have really done it like a pro with all the voiceovers. I was really teleported, and my audience were as well. They would agree with me. Bhavna ji, let's
Thank
talk
you.
about
Thank
your,
you so much.
yeah, because you have spoken about human intervention being a need of today. You have also been very kind enough to distribute the books, like Sapna ma'am said. Tell us about your books as well, the adventures, the tapestry, where all is coming from, how do you manage and juggle the chef life, this life, and the personal life.
Yeah, sure. So I have been a teacher. I've taught since 20 past years. So now in Bangalore, I'm penning down my thoughts on paper. So Tapestry of Soulful Stanzas was my first poetry since I have been a teacher. So now I'm penning down stories for little children. So these storybooks, I'm planning a series. These are for the little children. That is for 5 years to 9 years or 10 years, as you can say.
Okay.
And thank
Okay.
you to the UBI that I got this opportunity to distribute my books to the lovely children so that they more enjoy reading, because I feel nowadays due to AI and due to this social media increment, so the children have stopped reading so much. They are more into playing games and all these things. So my aim is that the children read more and stop this social media, Instagram and Facebook and all these things.
We are with you in this mission, united by ink, as we say,
Yes.
and that's Sapna, and that's a dream for all of us to give our children, the coming generation, a better tomorrow, a better present. Now that we're talking about this, what if, what if nature could talk to us? I would take you through a storyteller who would tell us about her talk with one of the creature which we really like and we really feel it's beautiful since since childhood. Purnima Sivaraman for us. She has joined us from Mumbai, a resident of Jamshedpur. Purnima ma'am is a dedicated educator and a senior citizen who has transitioned from a teaching career in Patna to become a vibrant blogger and author. Her passion for storytelling culminated in her debut book, My Collection of Stories for Children, featuring 15 moral based tales. Beyond writing, Purnima is an active voice in the Spectrum Awareness Group where she participates in poetry readings and storytelling. Spirited lifelong learner, she finds joy in singing, cooking, crochet. While mingling with diverse age groups of spreading happiness through her creative pursuits, she embraces life's journey with warmth and enthusiasm. Follow her on Instagram. Shivaraman Purnima is there with us. So, as I said, what if the smallest creatures around us had something important to say, and we chose to pause and listen? To share a tender story of butterflies, children, and kindness, let's welcome writer and author with her talk with the butterflies. Welcome, Purnima ma'am. Stage is all yours.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Juhi. Thank you, Sapna, to give me a chance. I'm here for the first time. Hope I do my justice. Uh, yeah, actually, from nature, I believe we can watching the smallest tiny butterflies or the small birds, and animals, insects. We get to learn a lot. So I was just wondering whether we can talk with them, if possible. What would be? So this is my story about some butterflies. We call it titli. So my talk with the titlis. What if animals, birds, fish, and insects could speak to human beings? Will they be able to communicate freely like human beings? Maybe they can. But will we, the humans, stop by to listen to them? So I have watched the butterflies. The word butterfly in Hindi is titli. Oh, dekho itna sundar titli. Butterfly is flying, we call. So fluttering their wings and flying from one tree branch to the another. Outside our window, we have kadi patta leaf, the mango leaves. So I naturally, standing in front of that window, I watched this. So that is the inspiration for me to write my own story. I wonder what creation of God, how many things He has created. One day I decided to talk to two of them. Hey, beautiful red titlis. Here, look at me. I waved to them. They were surprised to see the human wish to be their friend. Both the cute butterflies looked at each other as though they were debating whether to say yes or no. One said hello with a smile. The other one pushed the first one to take the initiative to converse with me. Somebody should come forward. I was amused by their careful attitude. The first butterfly flew and came near my window, looked at me lovingly, and said, "Hello." I touched her head lovingly and said, "Hello." Oh, look, the look I saw in their eyes was so cute. I picked her up and held her in my palm. "Hey, what's this? Something is pricking me." And I turned to see the other butterfly wanting to say something. "What, dear? Do you also want to come in?" Jealous, maybe. I lifted her lovingly and carefully and brought them inside and kept them gently on a soft cloth. Both fluttered the wings to say, "Thank you, thank you." I admired the beautiful colors and cuteness. I thank God for His beautiful creation. Both the butterflies flew all over our flat. Suddenly I heard the bell rang and rushed. I rushed to near the door because my grandkids were coming from school. So they were about to switch on the fan. I said, "Oh," shouted, wait, not now." Both the kids stopped. "What happened to this Nani today?" I said, "Why, Nani? Why we are feeling very hot?" I took them to my room and showed them the butterflies. They came running to pick up. I told them, "Wait, kids. Let them be friendly with you. Touch them carefully. They became friends. Now the little one said, I have a question, Nani. What would we feed them? A valid question. Nowadays, children are very smart. We feed Bruno, our pet dog, pedigree. But what can we feed a butterfly? I then realized that they belong to nature, their natural home. I explained to my grandkids, we have to learn to let them fly as they will not be able to survive inside our house. The, they got so much attached to the butterflies and the face drooped like this, but understood and let them fly away. I was happy. My grandkids had a kind heart and my teaching was good. They learned the butterflies work hard to fly from one tree to the another to fetch food for their children. Their lives are harder than ours. I petted the butterflies and let them fly away. I knew they would come daily to cheer us on. All is good that ends well. So, this story is about nature, why God has made such a beautiful nature. Sometimes the what we think is the nature around, they are much, I think, smarter than the we human beings. We can talk, but we are not using it properly. Especially nowadays, when I read so many things, I'm really very hard. Being a teacher, automatically wherever we go, the teaching ka ito aa jata hai. Many people say, "Oh, you were a teacher." So better teach the children right from the childhood. Even if the ants come, the lizards come, butterfly, the small bird, we learn from them how they make a nest, how much hard work they bring here and there, the twigs, and make a house, isn't it? And we feel
Yeah.
good when the small baby comes from there. So this is all about my story. Hope
Wow.
people like it. Thank you for giving me chance again. Hope to meet again. And good luck for all the festivals. I do watch every time, every day I watch the full thing and
Aw,
share also. Lot of people are
so
very much,
cute.
those who like ghazals and stories and all, they enjoy it. Okay, thank you.
That was Purnima Sivaraman, honest as she could be, and a lovely story, ma'am, because you, like, kind of transported me to my school days wherein I had been blessed with teachers like you. Also to Jamshedpur because Madhavan is my favorite. So that place has a
Yeah.
special thing in my heart. And all of us, I mean, he's India's
Maybe a
heartthrob.
special thing. I am also there, no? So,
Yeah, that's more even that I
okay.
know one soul from Jamshedpur personally now. And Purnima Sivaraman, she kind of metaphored a butterfly, Mother Nature. All creatures are aligned with her. They never go against Mother Nature. Apart from the species who is talking to you and with each other. So with humans, I mean, I was reminded of this story from Kung Fu Panda. There was a dialogue between Master Oogway and Kung Fu Panda, wherein he says, Panda, yesterday was a history, tomorrow a mystery, but today is a gift. Hence, it is called present. So, here we are with Stories Come Alive.
Yes.
We have heard about the frog, the boiling frog. We have heard about the butterflies. Through the metamorphosis, they happen. Now, time to talk to Nitya Chandar and introduce her. She has been a writer since her school days. She discovered her true storytelling voice when she became a teacher and a mom. Her desire to communicate values in a gentle and a lasting way led her to create stories that educate as much as they enchant. Her work has appeared in Chanda Mama and Fun Times. What a big feat, and she continued to cherish the freedom that creativity and storytelling offer. While she has not pursued writing as a full time profession, which I do not buy in, she has practiced it consistently, purposefully, and with a real audience, her children, which has deeply shaped her voice as a storyteller. So let's welcome a teacher, parent, aunt who has used stories as a tool for learning and value building, and over time, storytelling has become both her craft and joy. Today, but today, when I requested Nitya ji to tell us a story, she refused. She refused because she wants someone else to be summoned, a voice from a far, far away land, from someone who has traveled far and wide. Yatrik, the traveling dragon. Nitya summons him who carries stories and lessons from everyone he meets. Nitya ji, please summon the
Yeah,
dragon.
let me just bring.
So while she gets the dragon, because dragon will not be summoned without that. Wow, here's the dragon.
Welcoming the dragon.
Hello, hello. Don't run away. I am a dragon, but a friendly kind, okay? No roaring today, no fire to blow, for my flames are on holiday, you know. I
Awesome.
don't eat people, nope, not a bite. I would rather share stories by the lantern light. I sip on clouds, I munch moonbeams, and laugh at my own silly dragon dreams. I fly around the world, both far and near, not hunting treasure, not spreading fear. I travel with hope tucked under my wing to meet ordinary folks and hear what they bring. Because the greatest lessons I have come to know don't come from castles or crowns or show. They come from ordinary people and dragons, old and young, from gentle words and brave things unsung. Each smile, each struggle, each kind little part adds a warm glow to my dragon heart. So curl up close, come hear my tale of people I met and how they helped me scale the mountains of life with patience and care. Ready? Then listen, my stories start here.
Awesome.
One evening, as the sky turned the color of ripe mangoes, I landed near a small, quiet house in a sparsely populated town. From inside came the sound of soft laughter and clapping. Curious as I am, I peeped in. A young woman sat beside an old man lying on a hospital bed. They both looked so happy as she sang softly, guiding his hands to clap. It felt almost childlike, yet deeply tender. Day after day, I watched. She fed him, wiped him, played simple movement games with him, turning what looked like exercise into moments of joy. I couldn't resist asking why. He had dementia. A neurological illness had confined him to his bed. He wasn't even related to her. He might not even remember her. Why did she continue to give so much? I asked. She smiled and said, he gives me far more than I could ever give him. In that moment, I realized how fortunate I was to witness love and care of this kind. True compassion does not wait for recognition. It shows up where it is needed. I flew away that night with my heart a little heavier and a little wiser that kindness doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. And on my journeys, I learned that the same is true of courage from a fellow dragon. I love flying, and I love flying with the others even more. And every day I fly to the edge of the mountain to meet the flock. Together we leap into the sky. It's so much fun. Some dragons, they fly very fast, their wings barely touching the wind. And some fly slowly, circling, stopping often. Many a days I noticed one dragon in particular. He was light built and the quiet kind. He flew very slowly and rested many times. When I looked closely, I saw why. His left wing was broken. Don't you want to reach the peak? I asked. Cheerfully, he said, I will reach it one day, just not the same way, in my own time. But don't you wish you were as fast as the others? I asked. He shook his head. If all dragons flew the same way as me, my experience would still be the same. Not better, not worse, he said. I give my best within my ability, and I learn as I go. His words stayed with me long after I landed. That day, I understood something very, very important. Life is not about speed or comparison. It is about doing what you can with what you have at your own pace. And that is how I learned to honor my journey and respect everyone else's too. So everywhere I fly, I pick up little lessons, some shiny and happy, some bumpy and hard. And each lesson becomes a tiny spark that keeps my dragon heart aglow. Maybe one day I will get to meet you, and may your hearts glow brighter too, lit by lessons you gather from those you meet along the way. Adios!
And the dragon is gone to the far, far away land again. So there was the cutest dragon, Sapnaji, what say? Cutest dragon I have ever met.
Absolutely, absolutely. And such a positive dragon.
Such a
Cute,
positive dragon.
very positive, so full of life.
Thank you, Juhi. Thank you, Sapna. Like I was telling Sapna, I think this was I was in kind of a procrastinating zone, and when she got in touch, it kind of was just the nudge that I needed
Awesome.
to get back. So I'm so grateful and so thankful.
Our
Yeah,
pleasure
Thank you so
and
much.
completely. Our
yeah,
pleasure completely, Nitya. And here I must mention everybody was so prolific. Everyone, Bhavna to start with the kind of, the puppets she brought in, Sivaramanama. She was so amazing with so small little thing like a butterfly. She's created such a wonderful world out there for us. And Nitya, you were out of this world. Don't ever say that you have lost the touch or you are still procrastinating. No, you are there and you are there to stay. I am sure all of you are doing so wonderful, but I am also sure that all of you are waiting to even hear somebody else. Juhi, right now we have been seeing you conduct the show so wonderfully. And as
thank
we
you.
all know, you are the Padne Likhne Wali Ladki of Instagram. Everybody, whoever has not seen you there, must go and watch it and read you there as well. With the Golden Pen Award in her pocket, with the Rashtriya Shikhar Samman in her pocket, we have someone sitting over there quietly and nudging everyone to come on stage. And here I want to invite Juhi to share her story, to take us
Thank
to
you
the
so much, Sapna ma'am.
wonderland where the Alice or Gulliver would have been hopping around. Let us see
Wow.
where she takes us. Is this the wonderland which she's taking us to, or something different? Let us see what comes. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
thanks. I mean, this is a wonderful company because I'm reminded again because I read children's stories a lot and they actually are not children's stories like Nitya Chandar actually mentioned. There are value systems, value building ones, wherein there are moral lessons and tales in each story. So there was one quote which is by this James Norbury's book, wherein the two characters again speak that what is important, the journey or the destination? And the dragon answers, it's the company. So I am in the gracious company of these all ladies of excellent storytellers. And because they spoke about a wonderland where a dragon talks, a frog talks to a dippy, and a butterfly can talk to Punima Amma, I would now take you to a wonderland wherein Alice meets Gulliver. Alice is in the wonderland
Wow.
and Gulliver is in the
Wonderful.
Lilliput. But what if Alice stays in Bangalore today and Gulliver now
Awesome.
lives in Lilliput, which is a little, island, lost island near Singapore.
Awesome. Come on board.
so,
Wait.
so Alice here for you, and the story's title is Work from Tree. On a fine afternoon, Gulliver was resting on the famous Tiny Foot beach in Lilliput. Lilliputians had befriended him. Lilliputians had befriended him quite well. They would put a ladder, sit on his chest, and hear words or two of this wise man they considered he was. At few thousand kilometers in Bangalore was Alice. Alice was very curious about the place, and so she decided to go for a weekend getaway and explore this tiny world. Her interest did not begin out of thin air. It began a year ago. It began years ago when she fell into the rabbit hole of the corporate life. Among glass buildings and chaotic bosses, she stood out. Organized, punctual, and different. She neither drank alcohol nor smoked, and that alone made her a subject of whispers among the speaking flowers. Some days she shrank under judgment by the Red Queen, some days she grew stronger. Over coffee in half teacups, she dreamt of a workplace free from bias, a place where no one had to pretend to belong. When she heard of Lilliput, a land of giants and tiny people working together, that old dream pulled her there. She booked tickets quickly online and stuffed her bag with few ironed and unironed teas and beachwear. A half of kohl pencil, the pricey Christian Dior, lipsticks, and face wash were in her sling bag now. Alighted. She saw tiny Lego like houses, trees of a size of her thumb, and tiny plants around her. She thought for a moment and drank the magic potion to be one of them. Sprinkled a few drops on her clothes and bags too, although she could have alternatively carried her old Barbie doll clothes. But as a tradition, it's only human to ideate when we reach the destination, isn't it? Few youngsters. She could see few youngsters were wired in, with tired faces on a tallest tree. House near the beach. So this tree house, she thought they are staycationing on. She asked one of the girls who was rushing to the tree trunk with her laptop. Oh, it's work from tree today for us. Alice wondered at her reply because it was a Saturday. A huge man got up now, and as well informed Alice was, she identified him to be Gulliver. With him rising, all desks got their ears at alert and greeted with a weak smile. He took a few steps forward, turned, and walked again. Girls and boys kept guessing about his mood today. Oh, maybe he read that Atomic Habits book again to give us a clear lecture, one witty boy said. Oh no, I overheard him talking to a client about strategy. Oh, how boring. Oh no, he has investor pressure, you dumbheads. The cunning and confident Mad Hatter remarked. Gulliver began. Can I have your attention? Guys, we all know why we are here. The deadline is nearing, and we must work and complete the tasks. The client is a big shipping company, and if we do not make this software ready for their use, we may lose them soon. I'm traveling again to the USA next month. America is a far off land across the scary ocean beyond horizon that I make you dream about every day but will never let you go. He mentioned how he would travel all day as a mailboy back in America, desk to desk, and days were tough until he accidentally invaded Lilliput and be the CEO of logistic tech company Go Lily. Go Lily! Their boys and girls felt a pit in their stomach about how struggle on a sea would look like. He noticed. He noticed and then said, Oh, we all have seen of Michael Phelps, right? Boys nodded. Few boys nodded, others looked puzzled, as their homes were too small and so were their smartphones. They had only seen Michael Phelps in his nose, maybe his eyes, or maybe feet sometimes on the screen. Then he again mentioned about grit and hard work of famous men in sports and corporate. Girls in particular rolled their eyes once more, as these names did move a thing in them, but couldn't be their icons. But as a tradition it is, how and why would Gulliver know that women need someone they can idolize? Men have been leading all across, leaving less chairs for women, isn't it? After all, they had given a reservation to us in buses and few awards to women entrepreneurs, leaders, and achievers. Alice had managed to climb the tree top and was hearing his TED talk clearly. They were now nose deep in the work. Gulliver went back to have platter of lobsters. He arranged for pizzas for them. She walked up to him and quipped and gulped the magic juice. She was now bigger and Gulliver saw her in a shock. She introduced herself as Alice, a software professional. He reciprocated in a smile and told her how happy he was to finally see someone of his kind. He offered her coffee cup, wherein he had poured 200 cups from his tiny town. She told Gulliver about her eavesdropping to his address to his team, and if he allows, would like to discuss as a women professional about girls on his team. Gulliver sheepishly agreed. She told him the whole design of the workplace isn't around men, isn't it? You give them examples of male swimmer, a male billionaire, a male cricketer, a male CEO. You design time and attendance policies around men and their psyche. Yes, your Women's Day messages include them as a sister, mother, daughter, and wife. Same age old molded codes. Gulliver said, but girls are everywhere now. In US, I see them doing a heart surgery at Silicon Valley at NASA. How about them being ignored in the corporate? Alice questioned. Gulliver replied without thinking. Oh, I'd give them paid maternity breaks, flexible hours, and permit them remote work too. Alice said. How about them missing your in person guidance, Gulliver, that you give to the Mad Hatter? How about the natural friendliness you have with the Tweedledee around your after office hours drinks? Girls miss out on opportunities early in their career due to our biases, Gulliver. My ex colleague once said he doesn't want any female team members in his team because they would quit as soon as they get married. Because relocation is obviously normalized for girls. One of my teammates always had issues reporting to his head, and as by tradition, it was very unwelcoming for him to accept a girl's authority. It's 2026, and we still hear families telling their women to choose a suitable career so that they can balance home and work. What balance though? The moment someone says mechanic, technician, neurosurgeon, scientist, we still think of a male silhouette, isn't it? In my childhood, my neighbor addressed her husband as Dr. Sahab, even at home, so that his ego and identity is restored. Women are equally excited after taking up a good degree to work, but then every step becomes a long jump. Some fall for comfort and opt in for the less pay and even forget what their dreams were as a 10-year-old. And few never have career ambition to right reason. They indulge into bad habits, setting example for several other parents to stop their daughters to come forward and reach the limitless. Gulliver was eating lobsters slowly and thinking on Alice's views now. She continued, a redesign of how we work is a need now. A redesign of how we work is a need now. Your CEO address, Gulliver, should include Grace Hopper, Laura Walwart, Smriti Mandhana, as naturally as Phelps next time. Gulliver laughed thoughtfully. Alice smiled and said, Okay, now show me Lilliput. My weekend will be over soon. That's me. That was work from Tree.
Superb, wonderfully executed. The thought, the topic, and the whole weaving of the story. Very well put, Juhi. I can feel the tech personality behind the screen. Juhi working as an entrepreneur, Juhi writing stories, and then Juhi compassionately relating to the women around her or her own self, maybe what she's seen alongside her, the corporate journey which she has been through. Very well woven,
Thank you.
very well put out there. Yes, absolutely. The life has changed, the world has changed, but then at the end of the day, these partialities, you may say, at times do remain. Again, I will be very impartial here. Being a woman, I want to also say that even men sometimes go through a lot of impartiality
Yeah, they do.
because of this one concept for women empowerment. At times there are corporates who do bring in ladies who don't even deserve to be there at times,
Yeah, true
just for
that.
just for being there, keeping their their credo intact that we want to promote females. I would
Yeah.
like to just say it here, with all of this, equality should be without any bias of any gender, age, nationality, or any such biases. There should be fairness in everything and everywhere we go. That's something which I would love to take from this whole, place of all the stories which came alive today on UBI's
Yes.
Stories Come Alive session of UBI Fest. Wonderfully executed and wonderfully presented all the stories, each one of you.
Thank
Kudos
you
to
so
you guys.
much.
So, how do you curate it? It's so it's not so easy. I know. I believe that there are stories. Everybody has a story to tell, but it's not easy to tell. It's just not easy to write it down or put it out there. Not everybody has a knack of it. So hands down, wonderful session, all of you. Each one of you were so amazing. Very well conducted, Joey, and very well presented, each
Thanks.
one
Thank
of
you,
you.
Juhi.
Thanks.
I would love to see more of you guys. Bhavna's books are there already out there, and Nitya, I am sure very soon a book of yours will be there on the shelf as well. I'm looking forward to that. Now you're back in India, so make maximum advantage of the situation and the time which you have, if at all. Make sure that next time when you come on board, we have a book of Nitya Chandra to talk about the stories of Nitya Chandra, how they come alive. So beautifully you do. I've seen you conduct these sessions earlier from Malaysia Times. I've heard so much about you. I'm glad that you could be on board today. Thank you for making time for us. I think Shivraman ma'am has had to leave because of some technical challenge at her end. But yeah, she was so amazing. Thank you, ma'am, for being there. Bhavna and Manvik, really a very big thank you from the whole team of UBI. We spread out a word talking about book giveaways, and the first two people who came in, first was I think Kirti, who's reached out. Then there were a few close knit UBI members who were there, and till then we had no clue who was Bhavna Sethi, frankly. And then she reached out to us through Lalita. Lalita has been doing a wonderful job, I must say. Thanks to her efforts and the other team members' efforts, Bhavna came in to us and she wholeheartedly gave us, you tell me what I can do, kind of gesture. And today we are here. We can tell very proudly that our Navankur students who are participating in the Navankur session will be presented with her books. And other than that, we have two more books coming in from her family. One is from her son, and another one is herself.
Thank you
Some
so
of
much,
you
ma'am. Thank
sitting
you.
out there, the winners, you might get, or somebody out there in a diamond shining in UBI team will get them. So waiting to see their. But I must say over here, whoever is listening to us, when you receive a book or when you read a book, make sure you write a small 2-line, even if just 2 lines. If you can write a bigger feedback about the book, we call it review. I will call it a feedback, because it is important for a writer to know what he has written and how he or she can improvise, or what is good and what is bad in that book. So give feedbacks always. We also want feedbacks. So for our UBI Fest also, we are open to feedbacks. I think with this, we are, I think, already good in time. Anything you would like to say, all of you, and then we can proceed towards the end.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this opportunity. It was just a small gesture of giving my books to the UBI. It's such a big platform, and thank you to Sapna ma'am. I've done nothing. It was just a very, very small gesture from my side. That's it. I would
It
like
might
to
have been a
mention.
small gesture for you, but for us it was big. I must say that. Not
Thank
everybody has that big heart.
thank you so much.
I love the word UBI itself, and it conveys the meaning in itself in large and gives a platform to so many of us, and I think I always think it's, to me, storytelling is where, imagination meets responsibility. And I think UBI helps, bring so many people, bring in their thoughts, their imagination with responsibility. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Our pleasure.
Yeah. And I would add Sapna ma'am being a true people connector, because yes, United by Ink is just the mission. It's a global phenomena now with so many things coming up. And it has not come. I mean, I would want to, tell you, because I'm at the background, I'm seeing people working effortlessly, late night calls, managing the time zones, and boundless energy that has been put to make this digital Zindagi such a success. So I would just want to kind of, request each one of you to watch videos, let us know what's going right, what's going wrong. We'll be delighted to know.
Yes, yes. We also want to know what is going wrong, because going right, everybody says very good, very good, very good. But जहाँ गलतियाँ की हैं वो भी चुपचाप आके कान में ज़रूर बताओ हमें. मुझे बताने की शायद किसी की लग रहा होगा अरे उसको कैसे बताएं. पूरी टीम बैठी है, उनमें किसी को भी बताओ, मेरे कान तक आ जाएगी. मुझे भी बता सकते हो, डरने की कोई बात नहीं है, खाने वाली नहीं हूँ मैं. So दूर बैठी हूँ, so at least सुन तो सकती हूँ. We really as a team we want to grow better and do better. Thank you so much once again, each one of you. With this, I think we should take leave from the YouTube live. And yes, today afternoon, Power of Storytelling is coming up with Dr. Damini Gupta from Pune. And the host is Sheetal Jain. She's from Singapore. Both of them are storytellers at heart. One of them is a poetess as well. And both are coming from corporate background, but they're using the storytelling in corporate. So making storytelling your own career, is it possible? Yes, it is. And there are loads of opportunities available out there. We can talk about that also today evening. So don't miss out on watching it. Tomorrow, day after, and then the closing ceremony on 15th. Tomorrow we're bringing in English poetries for you guys. Then 14th will be the day for all the youngsters. It's Navankur Goshti Day. तो सुबह और शाम दो टाइम, मॉर्निंग 11 o'clock and evening afternoon 2:30 on Saturday. You will meet lots of youngsters 5 years से लेके मुझे लगता है 18 साल तक के, 5 years to 18 years is the age group. It's across that age group we have so many writers and storytellers and singers, and there are so many young budding creative people out there, students out there who need that platform. So don't miss watching them as well. And with this, we all take your leave. Thank you, YouTube family, whoever is watching us from YouTube. If you have seen it till here, don't let us down. Just click that one like button. Subscribe it if you have not subscribed yet, and that share button. Even if for 2 people or 5 people, if you can share it, it will mean a lot to us.